The US just blocked this Russian bank. Secret documents show how it moved oligarchs millions. Did you know that? Promsvs Bank was a conduit in some of the biggest money laundering operations in history, including the so-called Russian laundromat and a scheme to move stolen money into high-end Manhattan real estate. One of the Russian banks that the US has just cut off in response to the country's attack on Ukraine played a role in some of the world's largest money laundering schemes, according to secret documents obtained by BuzzFeed News. Examiners at major Western financial institutions such as the Bank of New York Mellon and Barclays had flagged suspicious transactions coming out of Promsvs Bank as long ago as 2011. On Tuesday, the U.S. Treasury Department blocked Promsvs Bank and Venezia-Canam Bank, also known as VEB, from the American financial system in order to target Russia's ability to finance aggression against its neighbors. The sanctions mean that they cannot do business in the US and their assets here have been frozen. The measures also took aim at Russian President Vladimir Putin's inner circle, and the US has signaled that it could deploy even harsher financial consequences following this week's invasion of Ukraine. Both banks are owned by the Russian government. Promsvs Bank, commonly known as PSB, was taken over by the government in 2018 in order to serve the defense industry. Almost 70% of contracts to the Russian Ministry of Defense run through PSB, the Treasury Department said, and it has provided billions of dollars in support to the country's defense sector. The head of the bank is the son of Russia's former intelligence director. But in the years before PSB was controlled by the government, Western banks filed secret reports raising red flags about its transactions. Banks must send a Suspicious Activity Report, or SAR, to the Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FIND-CEN, anytime they spot a transaction that bears the hallmarks of money laundering or other financial misconduct. SARs are not evidence of a crime, but can be useful tools for law enforcement agents. BuzzFeed News previously obtained thousands of these documents, which are never supposed to be made public, from Natalie Mayflower Sauer Edwards, a whistleblower from the Treasury Department. And hey, wait! Here is the fun fact. They show how PSB provided a conduit for anonymous shell companies to participate in global money laundering schemes, and how it gave members of Putin's inner circle unfettered access to the American financial system. Among the most prominent were the Rottenberg family. Arkady Rottenberg is a childhood friend of Putin and has become one of Russia's most influential citizens. His companies have won lucrative deals to build highways, shopping malls, and pipelines across the country. The US government first sanctioned Rottenberg and others in 2014 for their alleged role in the annexation of Crimea, a peninsula in southern Ukraine. Blocked from doing business in the US, Rottenberg sold his stake in a real estate company to his son Igor. The company then continued to tap into the American financial system through the Russian bank. A spokesperson for Firtash said he was unable to comment. Spokespeople for Abramovich did not return detailed messages seeking comment. PSB also transferred money for a shell company linked to a Russian tax refund scheme that moved some of the proceeds into American real estate, including high-end properties in Manhattan. In May 2017, Barclays in New York sent a Suspicious Activity Report to the Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Unit. In May 2017, Barclays in New York sent a Suspicious Activity Report to the Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Unit, raising red flags on more than a dozen shell companies it suspected of participating in the conspiracy. One of those companies, Nysorko Limited, based in Cyprus, sent 14 wire transfers, totaling nearly $3 million from its account at PSB to Barclays accounts in England between May and October 2008. A spokesperson for Barclays declined to comment, saying, "We are not permitted to comment on whether a SAR has been filed or not filed." Representatives from Dutch, the Bank of New York Mellon, and Standard Chartered declined to comment. Russia's central bank said that customers of sanctioned banks would be unable to use their bank cards outside Russia. It also said it would be impossible to use cards issued by sanctioned banks for Google Pay or Apple Pay. Last week, customers of Sberbank, the Russian state-owned bank, queued outside a branch in Prague to withdraw their money after it was named as one of a number of lenders to face sanctions.